improper records. This was according to a lecture that we were having on single entry and improper records. So on Tuesday, 3rd June 2023, we happened to visit Ms. Victoria Matthias, who owns a bread baking shop at Science. Then we explained our project work to her and informed her that we are supposed to visit her for a week to take her records and the transactions that she will make during that week. Fortunately for us, she agreed to work with us. But when we asked for her records, we realized that she doesn't keep proper records. She informed us that they keep the records in their minds, which we realized wasn't kind of beneficiary to our work that we've been given. So for the week, we visited her, and these were the following information we were able to get.
Upon interviewing Ms. Victoria Matthias, we had the following information, which include purchase of raw material 1,087, sales 8,026, table 600, electricity 5, oven 500, polybag 15, inventory, which that's raw material 9. Opening raw material of 925, finished goods 5,096, depreciation of oven 50, salary 500, creditors 1,500, plastic chair 900, cylinder of 400, gas 600, transport, that's the shopkeeper 300, and we had a drawing of 5,839.
After extracting the trial balance, we had additional information for the apportionment of salaries to factory and administration workers, which was 3/5 for factory workers, then 2/5 for administration workers. Then the closing balance for raw material was 7,650 Ghana cedis. Then the closing balance for finished goods was 3,070 Ghana cedis.
So I'll be presenting on the statement of affairs, which was prepared on the 13th June 2023. So we start by ascertaining our assets and lessen our liability to get our capital. So our assets are table of 600 Ghana cedis, plastic chair of 90 Ghana cedis, gas cylinder of 400 Ghana cedis, oven of 550 Ghana cedis, an inventory of raw materials of 9,250, an inventory of finished goods of 5,096. Then our liabilities are creditors of 1,500. So when we less our liabilities from our assets, we get a capital of 14,486 Ghana cedis.
Okay, so I'll be taking you through the manufacturing aspect of the account that we are about to create. So with the manufacturing account, we account for the prime cost and then add it to the overheads to get the total production. So let's first talk about the prime cost. So the prime cost entails the direct materials and then the direct labor and the direct expenses. But here like the case, we have direct material and direct labor. So here I'll take you through the direct material before the direct labor. So when we went there, the opening raw materials available was valued at 9,250, and then the purchases that she made in the production was 10,087. So adding these two, we will get 10,337. So we have to less our closing raw materials from the figure to get the figure that was used in the actual production. So the closing raw materials was valued at 7,650. Subtracting this from the figure will give us 2,687. So now we've gotten the actual material, the value of the materials used. We have to add our direct wages to it to get our total prime cost. So the direct wages were valued at 300. So adding this to it will give us 2,987 as the prime cost. Now going to the factory overheads.
From where my colleague ended, I'm continuing with the factory overheads. And with the factory overheads, we are having gas to be 600, electricity to be 50, and depreciation on gas, on oven to be 5. If you add, you get 655. So you add it to your prime cost and you get 3,642 as your production cost.
So
So with our income statement, we had sales of 8,026. Then with less cost of sales, first our opening inventory, which was 5,096. Then we added our cost of production, which was 3,642, which gave us 8,738. Then I less my closing inventory, which was 3,070, and that gave us 5,668. So we took that 5,668 from our sales, which gave us a gross profit of 2,358. Then I less my operating expenses, which was my polythene bags, which was 15 CDs, transport of 30 CDs, and salaries of 200. That gave me a total of 245. Then I took my less operating expenses from my gross profit, which gave me 2,113.
I'll be taking you through the statement of financial position. The non-current assets, we have table, which is 600, and plastic chairs, 90, gas cylinder, 400, oven, 500, with depreciation of 50, leading to 450 cedis. And we have the total as 1,540. Then we go to the current assets, which is the inventory, raw materials, 7,650. Then we have the finished goods, which is 3,670, with a total of 10720. Thank you.
And we move to the current liabilities, where we less it from the current asset. So we have creditors of 1,500. We remove it from the current asset, we have a figure of 9,220. Adding it to the total assets, total non-current assets, to get a working capital of 10,760. And then we move to finance by capital, which had an amount of 14,486, a net profit of 2,113, and then the total was 18,717. So we removed the drawings from it, which was 5,839, and then we had a capital employed of 10,760.
While single entry bookkeeping is easier to manage and comes with less cost, it's important to recognize its limitations. Limitations like you can be overtaxed or might not be able to see when there's any theft case or something. Alright? So with time, your business might grow or your financial transaction might become complex, and therefore you might need to change from the single entry system to the double entry system, which I think will help you. With the double entry system, it's very important because it meets the legal regulatory requirements, and it gives you a proper insight of your business and helps you track all your transactions and